Yeah, I mean, Oakland's really good. They played West Virginia really tough. They beat Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State, they just beat Toledo fairly handily. They play a zone that's, very effective. They've turned people over. They've caused people to shoot poorly, particularly from three. So we've got our hands full. Our offense wasn't very good last game, and now we got to go against a zone like they play. It's going to be, it's going to be hard. It's going to put some stress on our defense. I think our defense is going to have to be really good. Their point guard Moore led the country in assists last year. Jamal Cain's, as good as anybody we're going to see. Yeah, he's playing really well. He's a high major kid that's from Detroit. So this is going to be a tough game for us. And, we're going to have to play better than we did on Tuesday night to get this win.
Thank you, Coach. Just use the raise hand function if you have a question. Let's start with Charlie Potter.
Hey, Coach. I know it's a small sample size, but just what have you seen from JD through the first 3 games, and where do you think he can still improve?
Yeah, he's as far as improvement goes, it's kind of the same stuff we talked about preseason and before the season. He's got to shoot a little bit better. You saw he struggled shooting the ball a little bit. So, he's got to get some time in the gym, continue to work on his shot. His defense can definitely improve. He's really athletic. He can use his athleticism. But I think, and he needs to get a little bit more aggressive too. I think maybe teams that have been sagging him a little bit have caused him to be a little less aggressive. But he has brought, some athleticism. He's brought some poise. He's brought really good guard play. He likes to move the ball. He's probably our most unselfish passer on the team. He's a big physical guard that can cover mistakes on defense. So, I haven't been disappointed. I actually sat down with him since the last game and kind of went through, Primo was young, freshman last year, and kind of showed him what Primo's points were. Primo had a 0-point game in his second game of the season last year. We're in no panic. Things will come. He had his best practice since he's been here today. I thought he's been really locked in. I thought he's been really aggressive. So we need him. He's helping us quite a bit. We're 3-0, and he's a big part of it. So I like where he's at. He's just got to keep coming. He's got to keep his confidence up. He's got to get a little bit more aggressive, and he'll be all right for us.
Let's go to Nick Kelly.
Juan Gary was in a boot for the last game. What's his status at, or how's his injury progressing?
You know what? He's still day to day. He's definitely getting better. He's done some more live stuff, but we haven't put him through live stuff in practice. More like running. I think they're going to try to get him warmed up tomorrow, see how he feels like tomorrow, and make a decision there. But it's looking like if he can't go tomorrow, we'll definitely have him by the Orlando tournament next week. But he's still day to day. He's coming. It's not nearly as bad as what we thought it might have been initially. He, kind of a non-contact injury. Sometimes those are bad, and this one didn't turn out to be nearly that bad.
Let's go next to Mike Rodak.
Yeah, Nate, just where were you in life back when Greg Campy first started at Oakland? I think it was 1984, his first year.
Was that his first year?
Yeah.
Well, I would have been in elementary school. Probably wasn't even into basketball. Didn't even know about it that much back then. I think he's third longest tenured coach in Division I. Is that right? Behind Krzyzewski and Boeheim. So after this year, he'll be second. So, then I moved to Detroit back, 02, 03 was my first year. So, I used to take my team to his team camps. I went to games there. I've known him for a while. As a matter of fact, one of my assistants, Sadie Washington, left me to go work for Campy. He's now an assistant at Michigan when I was at Romulus. So, he does a great job. He's won a lot of games. He does it different ways. He's playing different now than he was back when I was there, but he's always figured out how to get wins. And I went up my first summer here. He invited me to. He had a charity golf outing that he used to do. I didn't really golf at all back then, but I went up and played it for him up in Detroit. So it's been a friend of mine. He called me. I was more excited about doing this game back then than I am now. they're playing really well now. He's after beating Oklahoma State. I maybe wished I hadn't told him we'd play him. So it's here now. We're gonna have to play it. He's a good coach. He's done a great job.
Next up, Tony Tsoukalis.
Yeah, Nate, what have you seen from Noah, and how much improvement are you expecting from him kind of moving forward?
You know what? I think he can be that spacing big for us that can fluctuate between the 4 and the 5. He hasn't shot it particularly well yet. I think he will settle in and make shots. He's got to rebound the ball a little bit better for us. And I think some of it's just getting used to pace of play, the physicality at this level, the athleticism. But he's going to help us. He's a great kid. He's got a high IQ. He works hard. He can definitely make shots. We've seen him do it in practice. He's got to get into a rhythm and start feeling a little bit more comfortable and making some shots for us.
All right, we got time for a couple more questions. First, Katie Wyndham, go ahead.
Kind of bouncing off what Mike asked and what you said, did you schedule Oakland because of your connection to him and your connection to the Michigan area, or was it more of the people that helped schedule for y'all, or just a little bit of both?
No, this one was more me and Campy's relationship, and they were looking for a game. We need a road game. We were looking for a home game, and worked out. But it's another one of those games against a mid-major team that's going to be really good. I know they were picked, I think, 6th. Well, that's obviously not accurate. They're going to finish a lot better than 6th in the Horizon based on what they've done these first 3 games. They almost beat West Virginia. They beat Oklahoma State, and then I believe Toledo won the MAC last year, and they just beat Toledo by 20 last night, so 21, I think, and kind of dominated them in the second half. So this is a quality team that's going to finish, probably got a great chance to win the Horizon this year. So it's going to be another one of those games that I think when it comes down to it and you're looking at our net ranking, all that, it's going to be a good game, provided, we're able to get a win. I mean, too many of these tough mid-majors come in, and that's where you get yourselves a chance to, you have to play really well to beat these teams. You can't play poorly and beat them. So, but I do think we want to play games like that expose different areas you got to work on. We've been exposed each of the 3 games and been trying to get better in each of them. We've been fortunate enough to get wins. So hopefully tonight or tomorrow night we are able to do the same, play well enough to continue to get a win, but get better through it as well.